Hello, this is Facts in Short. In August 2023, at the 15th Brics Summit, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa announced that 6 emerging market group countries Argentina, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates had been invited to join the bloc. Full membership will take effect on the 1st of January 2024. Brics has embarked on a new chapter in its effort to build a world that is fair, a world that is just, a world that is also inclusive and prosperous, Ramaphosa said. This is the breakthrough of the year. The Brics bloc becoming the new economic global power in every terms. Will it becomes threatening to the global control of US and other European countries? Will it tie up the so-called developed G7 economic bloc or even more? And thus it becomes the topic of today's session. Before moving to the topic, if you are interested in facts and news, please don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. Now let's get into the topic without further delay. The Brics are considered the foremost geopolitical rival to the G7 bloc of leading advanced economies, announcing competing initiatives such as the New Development Bank, the Brics Contingent Reserve Arrangement, the Brics Payment System, the Brics Joint Statistical Publication and the Brics Basket Reserve Currency. Since 2022, the group has sought to expand membership, with several developing countries expressing interest in joining. Brics have received both praise and criticism from numerous commentators. Why not? It can't be the controller of global economy, because the statistics after the addition of new members says it can. 2023 AOI projection says it constitutes 29% of total global GDP, 46% of total world population, 43% of total oil production and 25% of total export. This says that it can easily control anything in the globe. In this point, the famous quote of Henry Kissinger become relevant here: who controls the food supply controls the people, who controls the energy can control whole continents, who controls money can control the world. Yeah, it's so true. Let's take a look at the OPEC group of countries. They determine the fate of this global economy as the most part of it is dependent on the petroleum products. Higher oil prices will increase the cost of production and transportation for various sectors, affecting their profitability and competitiveness. This will also reduce the disposable income of consumers, affecting their demand for goods and services. Higher inflation and lower growth will also pose a challenge for monetary policy. So yeah, in this way, as of the Saudi Arabia, the leading OPEC member being added to the Brics, it puts the bloc in higher level and edge over the other blocs.
If Saudi Arabia accepts the invitation, the world's largest crude oil exporter will find itself in the same economic bloc as the world's biggest oil importer, China. It will also mean that Russia and Saudi Arabia, both members of OPEC+, a group of major oil producers, will join each other in a new economic bloc. The two countries often coordinate their oil output, which has in the past put Saudi Arabia at odds with its ally, the United States. There is no doubt that of all the countries invited to join, Saudi Arabia is the most significant, both politically and economically. At the political level, Saudi Arabia has traditionally been considered the closest ally of the United States in the Gulf region. In the last 3 years, relations between Riyadh and Washington have cooled for a variety of reasons, among others, due to disputes over human rights, the war in Yemen, and the oil market, and Saudi Arabia has begun to flutter its eyes at China. It seems that the main consideration is their desire to look for alternatives to strengthen political and economic ties, in view of what they interpret as the decline in interest of their main ally, the United States, in the affairs of the Middle East. It can be estimated that the American administration is not pleased about their joining a bloc with China and Russia, certainly not at the current time, but officially they downplayed the importance of the move. Official spokespeople on behalf of the federal government stated at the end of the week that they do not see the Brics expansion as a rival geopolitical bloc and emphasized that the countries have the right to connect in alliances that they find appropriate. What the Brics members have in common is what they see as an imbalance in the international system between the North, led by the United States and the European Union, and the South. Mainly there is dissatisfaction with the conduct of the financial system, which in the view of the Brics members is under Western hegemony. Therefore, these countries aim to increase their influence in order to bring about reforms in the activities of bodies such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund. One driver for the BRICS Development Bank is that the existing institutions primarily benefit extra BRICS corporations, and the political significance is notable because it allows BRICS member states to promote their interests abroad, and can highlight the strengthening positions of countries whose opinion is frequently ignored by their developed American and European colleagues. Bottom line, although the BRICS bloc does not at this stage pose a threat to Western hegemony, its expansion is not symbolic, but rather a signal to the United States and the European Union regarding the dissatisfaction of a growing number of countries with the conduct of the Northern Bloc. Although BRICS is criticized by its stand on recent developments such as Russia-Ukraine war and China's expansion strategy and ongoing tensions between members on different levels, especially between India and China, or blocks between the successful completion of vision and mission of BRICS projects. Let's wait and see what's the trajectory of this global economy bloc. Will it has a fate of Soviet Union, or will it becomes the new economic global power? Okay, that's a wrap for the day. See you guys on the next video on the same platform on same channel. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this channel.